One thing I've noticed over time as social media has become a more common way to make money is that a lot of dudes that you would consider rich are just lame as shit. And the reason I say that is because I feel like before the internet, what you would have to go through to obtain any sort of impressive level of wealth would mold you as a person to not act like the people who didn't go through that shit, which is the people who got rich off the internet. Back then, if you wanted to get rich, you had to be patient, you had to be humble, you had to know when to be a bitch and when to not be a bitch. You had to learn to take bullshit from someone who's above you solely because someone said they're above you. And going through that for an extended period of time and coming out on top and obtaining success, that experience usually turns someone into a very balanced and secure individual. Because even though they might have success within their career, they know what it's like to not be that guy. They know what it's like to be on the bottom, have to work for years and years and get to the top, which usually creates a good balance between self-confidence and respect for other people. But now let's fast forward to today, okay? The age of the internet, the idea of patience is completely out the window. Not only is everyone's attention span and dopamine just absolutely fried, but there are also a million different avenues that you can go down to get rich quick. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be the bitch on the bottom for years on end. As a matter of fact, you don't even have a boss. And on top of that, luck is a much bigger factor when it comes to this. And basically all I'm trying to say is that you do not need to wait and be a bitch and put your head down if you want to get rich on the internet. All you have to do is do your research and execute whatever plan you make properly. And while doing that is not easy by any means, don't get me wrong, it still takes out the factor of waiting, of being the guy at the bottom and having to be a bitch. So instead of gaining the personality traits and the characteristics of the average wealthy man in America who also happens to be like 45, these 19, 20-year-old kids are only getting the confidence boost that comes with making a lot of money. They are not getting any of the knowledge or lessons learned from years of hard work building up to a certain point. Because social media is a sort of rare kind of path, they see themselves as special, they see themselves as cool, and they lack the empathy of seeing other people who are quote-unquote normal, and they forget the fact that they used to be fucking normal because they never went through the trials and tribulations and the time that it takes to become successful like the average rich person in America. So instead of having all of these characteristics of humbleness, of secureness, of self-confidence, they just see this money as a way to think that they are better and gloat and brag and pretty much just shit on people who are below them. Like, just think about how many times you've been scrolling on TikTok and all of a sudden some fucking loser in a Ferrari is just verbally assaulting you through the camera because you don't make 6 figures a month. And then they proceed to show you their OnlyFans girlfriend and tell you to buy their course. Chances are you've probably seen like 10 different clones of that sort of archetype, which goes back to my original point. A lot of rich people nowadays are lame as shit because their growth was so much more exponential, because they had to be the guy at the bottom for a much littler amount of time. They don't know how to handle the confidence that comes with making a lot of money at a young age. And that has resulted in what I like to call the lame rich guy epidemic, where it's exactly what it sounds like. We have a bunch of fucking rich guys on the internet who are just lame as shit. Like, you guys know Sam Millsap, the ex-OnlyFans creator who praises Jesus and flexes his supercars and sells a course? First of all, that guy's a scammer. He got exposed for being a fraud. But dude, just scroll through this guy's Instagram and watch his videos and tell me he's just not the lamest rich guy ever, okay? The entire coolness part of being successful and obtaining a lot of money, it goes out the window when you post shit like this.
If you're 18 plus, all right, and you're still talking about two-mans and drinking and smoking and, you know, gooning and reels and all these kinds of things, you seriously need help, man.
Like, oh my God. God forbid an 18-year-old does all the things that 18-year-olds do, because I'm so special and I'm so rich and I drive supercars. Because these guys who are doing all the normal people shit, you know, the stuff that I used to do like a few fucking years ago back before I had money, you guys are losers. You guys need to lock the fuck in because I drive supercars. Do you see what I'm talking about? This dude's a fucking lame.
You seriously need help. One, it is all those things morally wrong. Morally wrong.
This guy literally used to sell dick pics on OnlyFans.
2, you have a future family to prepare for, okay? One of the first commandments God gave was go and multiply the earth, right? Be fruitful and multiply, which means your job as a man is to protect and provide. And you're sitting here as a grown legal adult talking about stuff that poisons your soul, rots your brain, and distracts you from the divine purpose God gave you when he put you on this earth.
Dude, this might be a hot take, but I don't think a couple of two-mans and a few gooning sessions is gonna ruin your chances of finding a wife and making a family. Maybe that's a hot take, I don't know. But I do feel like it's kind of, you know, extreme and weird to ridicule someone for doing something that everyone just naturally has interest in, okay? I don't think anyone doesn't have a sex drive, all right? I don't think anyone isn't somewhat interested in drinking alcohol at least once in their life, you know?
So I'm here to tell you right now, delete every single social media app off your phone, cut off those bad friends, learn your mission, focus on your goal, and put all of your work towards that. Trust me.
Dude, I totally agree with what he's saying. I really do, but you can have a couple of drinks, okay? You can bang a couple of frat groupies. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm not even encouraging this behavior too, you know? If you don't want to do all of that, that's totally fine. But to come on social media and to shit on other people for doing it like you're above them because you made some internet money and because you drive some supercars, that's lame as shit. That is so lame, you know? Why are you worrying about what people who are below you are doing? Who the fuck cares? You made it, bro. Why are who, you know what I'm saying? Another guy who just absolutely loves doing this is DiMaggio Voss, this guy right here. He has about 400k on Instagram, and his entire personality is pretty much just like the last video we saw. It's just about him being young, making a lot of money. I'm so cool, I'm so different, look at me.
Look, grown people, bro. How are you a grown man getting dressed, putting on a whole costume to go get some recycled kitty, bro? Like, how are y'all doing that, bro?
Oh my god, dude, I'm so rich and successful. I couldn't imagine dressing up for Halloween, the holiday that you fucking dress up in costumes for. I couldn't imagine going to a Halloween party and getting drunk as a grown man, because I'm just so fucking successful and stoic. And look at, shut up. Just shut up. You're a fucking loser. Look at yourself.
Like, dude, how are you a grown man, like, oh, yep, my parents are working a job they don't like, and you get what I'm saying, and I'm not where I need to be in life, but I'm gonna go put a costume on just to get some girls who are gonna go and smash another guy a day later. Like, bro, how do you feel content with yourself? I'm a millionaire at 19, and I still feel like there's nothing to party about.
Do you see how just it's so corny?
You dudes are putting on costumes, clown costumes. You are the clown, bro. Like, what are you doing? You're a grown man putting on clown costumes. Like, how are you doing that? Like, this is y'all's competition, bro.
This is your guys' competition. And meanwhile, he's talking about a bunch of frat guys in Halloween costumes who don't give a shit about his existence, dude. Not everyone is competing against you. Like, this guy is a prime example of the money does not unlame you, okay? Remember how I said all these internet money guys, they see the money as a way to put themselves above people because they don't have a boss and they don't have the experience of years and years of being below someone. That is definitely taking place with this guy right now, but what is also taking place is like the common trope of the loser who gets like success. Like, you guys know the whole, don't worry, babe, he's just a nerd, 15 years later, beat it, bitch meme, where it's like the black dude who's a nerd and he's like rich in the future. This guy is literally like the human embodiment of that. You see this Eugene-ass motherfucker right here? This is that guy. That is him. And right now, he's in the phase of his life where he has the money and he's successful and all that shit. And all these cornball-ass videos he's making is his way of just saying, beat it, chick. Because I am willing to put money on the fact that this guy, before social media, before the money, he was a loser, okay? And I don't mean that like, oh, he was broke, he was a bum. I bet you he just didn't do much shit. He didn't have a lot of friends, didn't talk to a lot of girls. You know, he wasn't one of the popular kids, okay? And then he ends up getting all this money, all this shit that everyone wants, and all this materialistic shit. And now he sees himself as better. And I'm so cool. And going back to the whole, like, confidence boost thing from the money, that's all getting to his head. And he's making these cornball-ass videos because in his cornball, lame-ass mind, he thinks that that's hard. He thinks those videos are cool, and it's making people feel some sort of way. When in reality, he was just a loser and didn't have the social cues and skills to pick up on, like, yeah, this shit's not it. And he still posted it, and that's what I think the trope is, right? That's why I think this guy used to be a loser. Now back to the whole thing about the trope, right? The reason why I think a lot of losers in high school tend to do social media or try or high achievers when it comes to getting money, it's because of that exact reason. They were losers. They didn't like who they were as a person. I am a prime example, okay? I didn't really enjoy my life, and that's why maybe that's why I want to do social media my entire life, maybe not, but part of the reason that really made me do the push to actually pursue social media for a career and do all of this was because I was in an unhappy state of my life. But the difference between me and this guy, because I make pretty good money, I don't make fucking 100K a month like this dude, I assume, I don't drive supercars, but the difference between me and him is that regardless of me doing better than most people my age, I'm not fucking on here talking about, oh my god, you guys are having fun. Fuck you. Go take a cold shower and read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Like, no, dude. Go live your life. I don't care what you do. I'm doing me. I'm doing you. I wish you the best. I hope you figure out your shit, but I'm not gonna rip on you for that. I'm not gonna insult you and make videos complaining about it, especially when I used to do. I still fucking do it. I still get blackout drunk. I still fuck random girls I meet. You know, it's like, it's not that deep. You know, you can do both. You don't have to be this fucking God-fearing, fucking goddamn, like, disciplined ass, cold shower taking fuck who just lives in his basement doing laser therapy and like benefiting his health. You can enjoy life and still be successful. That's the entire point. And that's basically why I wanted to make this video, because I am so tired of these people who aren't even untalented, because what they do is very impressive. You know, making that much money at that age is very cool. But when you put other people down for not being fucking great, you know, for not being the top 1%, it just shows that, one, your ego's through the roof, you're fucking tone deaf as shit, and you're a cornball, and you're insecure. You feel the need to put other people down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically what I'm trying to say, and it shows through these guys' videos, and they don't really recognize it because they still get followers and views from other fucking losers who think those videos are cool, when in reality it's not. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I also do want to say is that I don't blame them, okay? It's when an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old gets a shit ton of money, 200K, 400K, it's not unrealistic or stupid to be like, yeah, he's probably not going to take it well. He's going to let the confidence get to his head. But you can, and I am very guilty of this. I have let the money get to my head in multiple instances. And, you know, I've definitely gotten over that. I've succumbed that. But my whole point being is that even though there were times where I genuinely thought, yeah, I am better than most people because of the money I make and the success I had in my career, I never verbally put people down about it. You know, if anything, I would always bring people up. You know, whenever someone asks me, I get asked just about every day from fucking friends, kids in my fraternity, family, how much money do you make? How much money do you make a month? You know? And I'm not going to say it on here, and I never really say it. I say enough. Whenever people ask me how much money I make, I say enough, because I don't like bragging about it, you know? And then this guy is just a complete polar opposite, flexing his supercars, being like, oh, going to Halloween parties. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up. But, yeah. And, that's pretty much my thoughts, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope I educated at least one of you. Fucking my friend's calling me, so I guess I'm gonna pick him up. Yo, it's good, twin. I'm recording a video. Like, you're literally on the mic.
Are you serious?
Yeah, what's up?
Would you call me?
Yeah, can I do a load of laundry at your crib later?
Yeah, sure.
Mine's
Just let
broken.
me know.
Alright, appreciate it.
Yeah, just let me know when. Got it.
Thanks, peace. Alright, shout out to Riku for letting me use his laundry machine. But, yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope I educated at least one of you. And, yeah, peace out. Love you all. Sub to the Discord, and bye.
I have to talk over this because it's copyrighted now. Too shiesty, that's my dog. You know I'm really shiesty.